Alright everyone, sorry, I want you to be able to see the corn in the background as I'm talking. Anyway, so day 3 of Perry's run, we're almost done. Perry's got probably 3 miles left. He'll be at about 52, 53, maybe 54 miles for the day once we figure it out. Today was definitely better than yesterday in terms of the heat. It was still pretty warm, but way better than yesterday. And it was awesome because the morning was great, it was cool, he cruised through, and then this afternoon the sun came out and he had about a 5-mile patch that was all shade. It was amazing. As I drove through it before he got there, I just thought Perry's gonna love this because it's beautiful and it's shaded and he don't have to worry about it. So that was awesome. I'd say the hardest part, again, I'm waiting for Perry to come down the road. So anyway, the hardest part probably was the hills. So we're in the hills of Pennsylvania, and so Perry went up a lot of hills today, and he went down a lot of hills today, and he still managed 2 marathons, which is just unbelievable. So yeah, so we're finishing up. One thing today that was so random and just totally something that I love. I was driving, I just had a break with Perry, so I was driving ahead, and he was going to do about 4 miles, so I had a little bit of time, and so I was driving and I saw all these signs for Roadside America. And if anyone knows, there's a website, I think it's called Roadside America, and it tells you all of like the weird like things that you need to see when you're out road tripping. And so I saw that sign and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go. So the sign said, I grabbed a brochure, the world's greatest indoor miniature village. So I walked in, I was the only person there in this like kind of a creepy building, but it had a huge sign. I'll put some pictures on the blog as well. And so I walk in, I'm a little creeped out, but I'm super curious too. And I go in the front door and there's this like older woman, this grandma there, and she looks at me and I said, I kind of want to see this little village or whatever it is. And she's like, okay, it closes at 5 o'clock, which was like, it was 4:30. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be quick anyway. I'm meeting someone, and so I paid, and she goes, okay, now go enter that door. And so I had to walk behind a door, and I was kind of nervous. So I opened the door, and it was unbelievable. So it was like this huge room, no windows or anything, and this ginormous whole, like, not even a village, it was like a whole like country almost. Well, I think it represented America. Fascinating. I mean, trains and trolleys going through. I pushed buttons and watched the oil rigs go and a well pull up water, and I pushed another button and the church bells started going around and around, and I walked around this thing and was fascinated. It was so amazing, and I wish I could have spent more time there. And it was so funny because when I first looked, I felt like I was in the movie Beetlejuice. You know how when she goes up there and Beetlejuice lives in that little weird little fake village thingy? I totally felt like I was on Beetlejuice, and I was the only person in there. And there were a couple times where I was kind of nervous. Just, I don't know, being a girl all by myself, sometimes it gets scary. But anyway, it was fine, and the people were great. And the old woman, as I walked out, she said, oh my gosh, you cannot leave yet. You have to stay for the night, the grand night. I'm seeing if it's on here. They do a big night show. Oh yeah, do not leave the display until you witness the night pageant. So the night pageant. So she had me go sit back in, and by this time, a couple had come in. So there's a man and woman there. Just the two of us in this giant room. And so we sit down, and it's the night pageant. And all the lights go out. And then all the village lights come on. It was really cool, and they come twinkling on. And then the Statue of Liberty was painted on the far wall. And so the Statue of Liberty lights up, and the American flag lights up. And you start hearing God Bless America and all these American songs. And there's an airplane flying around, and the waterfall's going, and the trains are going around and around. And it is like the coolest thing ever. Like, seriously, the coolest thing ever. And then all of a sudden, a giant picture of Jesus is on the wall, and there's scripture, and it just was fascinating. So amazing. I'm so glad she made me stay. It like made my day. So if anyone is traveling through Pennsylvania, it's between Allentown and Harrisburg, and I'm even gonna put the link because it seriously is so awesome. For those of you that like the weird road tripping things, this has to be on your list. It's called Roadside America, the world's greatest indoor miniature village. It will change your life. You will love it. So go and visit it. It's amazing. America is awesome and has just the funnest things to go and see. And the country part of Pennsylvania we've been running through today, rolling hills of corn and beautiful, beauty. We have a beautiful earth, and I love it, and I'm glad I get to see it. And Perry's been able to see it from the road, and he is just powering along. So I will see you all tomorrow.